Welcome, ladies. I'm Dr. Christina, your one and only femininity coach from LA. I talk all things dating and sex for ambitious women in their 40s. If this sounds good to you and if you want to level up your life, you're right here with me on my channel. And if a quickie is not enough, I offer one-on-one coaching where we have like a very dedicated and deep dive into your own dating and sex life. And if you want to snag a spot, the description is in this episode of this video. Just click the link and sign up. Yay! So today we're going to talk about last minute dating tips for your date tonight. So what you can do, how can you make this become the best date of your life? So let's picture that you have already, everything is set up. He planned out the date. You're gonna know when he's gonna pick you up. Let's say you go to a dinner date. Let's pick like an easy, very common one, right? So he's gonna pick you up. What can you do throughout the day to be date ready and to make this a success? With success, I mean not a specific outcome we want to achieve, but we want to have fun, right? We want to get to know this person and we want to make at the end of the day a choice. The choice is, yes, I'm interested. I want to go on a next second date maybe, or no, this is not for me. I'm out. That's the only outcome we want to achieve, right? That's why we're dating. So, how can you do that? First of all, the most important thing to understand is like dating is always stressful. It's like meeting someone new. I don't know how often you guys have talked in the beginning or how much communication there have been, or if you know each other, whatever. Let's say you don't know each other very well, right? And there's maybe only a bit of texting, maybe a phone call, but that's it. So it's pretty much a stranger you're gonna talk to. And we also know those situations. I mean, we meet someone new, it's stressful, it can be embarrassing, it can be threatening, like something I would open up, but then I don't know, what can I share, what can I not, whatever. It's a stressful situation, let's face the facts. And what can we do when we're stressed? We have to relax. And how do we do that? So for me and for my clients, the most successful thing you can do throughout the day, on the day of your date, right, is that you calm yourself down. It's like, having a cold shower when you get ready to calm your nervous system, to do breathing techniques, the emotional freedom technique where you tap certain kind of meridians on your body. Just really to get into the place where like, hey, I'm relaxed, I'm excited, but I'm not scared. And yeah, I can be fully present. And I think that is the most important part, because you at the end of the day would want to make a decision. First of all, you want to enjoy it, yeah, right? So you want to feel like, hey, it's a vibe, or like, do we have a good connection? Do we have like the same humor, whatever? But guess what? When you're stressed, you cannot even be funny. Your mind is like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, And also to make a good decision, you would want to be in a certain kind of like awareness, but also be more objective, right? It's like meeting a stranger. It's like, hey, I want to ask you some questions, then I'm going to see how you respond. And I put this all information in my basket, and at the end of the day, I'm going to make the decision. And guess what? When you're stressed out, you cannot even focus on what the response is, right? Maybe you forget the most important questions you have. So it's also, besides regulating your nervous system and coming relaxed, what I also mean by that is like not having the date scheduled after an important meeting at work. Or like, when there's no time for preparation, when there's no time when you can dress up or shower, when there's no time, that's not gonna work because you're still in this survival. I need to work, I need to focus, I'm stressed. So it has to be like a little bit of like a date foreplay, if you want to say so, to really get into the mood, to calm yourself down, to get ready, to feel confident, and to nurture yourself that this is gonna be amazing. To be calm, to ask the questions you would like to ask him. And that's what I also recommend. It's like a preparation. As how, we as we prepare meetings, we might have like a little checklist or like questions we are curious to know more about. It's like the same when we are like in a job interview. That's the same. I don't want to compare it, but it's stressful. But sometimes then we forget the most important questions to ask, right? So I want you to prepare to ask and write down the questions you're most curious to hear about from him. Also based on like what are your non-negotiables, right? For the decision later on. I think that's very important. Yes, and you can also, the typical questions he might have. What has been your greatest challenge? Would have been like the most impressive travel moment. Which country do you like to travel? What kind of food do you like? There's some kind of aspects you still can think about, and you still can also figure out what would be your response to your own questions. He might ask them back. I'm just saying. And you want to be, yeah, authentic in a way, but also like not stressed out and stupid at knowing what to respond. They can feel that too. And when you have like, a good preparation, take it slow, have like your nervous system regulated, then you're going to be showing up in your best, most authentic and feminine self. And that's also part of, for your date tonight, you have to know how to feel more feminine because he will become obsessed. Let me tell you that. So what that means is when you're on the date, you just lean back. You let him do everything. You're not even picking the food. You're not even touching the food. He has to serve you. He has to order first, serve you, make sure that the glass is full. That's his talk. You're not going to do anything. And I think when you just come from this place, I'm not doing anything, that's going to be like the lifesaver situation. And I can understand, no matter how the date is going to be like, let's picture that. For me personally, let's say he shows up and picks me up and I'm still nervous, I mean, that happens, it's human. And we're at the restaurant and that's like the atmosphere is so nice. He looks stunning, his style, my God, like, oh, and then I'm getting nervous because I feel like, oh my God, this is such a catch, don't blow it, And what I do in these moments, I realize, okay, Christina, you're just now in this spiral mode of like, don't blow it, oh my God, I just say, hey, I just need to go to the bathroom. We'll be back in 2 minutes, whatever, Then you get up with full grace, you walk to the bathroom, and then you do whatever you need to do. You scream, you just, let it out. Like the emotions that get stuck and this nervousness, just let it out. Just look into your eyes. If you need to cry, cry, I can totally understand. And take those few moments to settle, right? And what also helps then when the nervous system is again, in overload and, running too fast and is dysregulated, right? You can just calm yourself down. Do some kind of those breathing techniques, the tapping technique, fresh up your makeup, have some mirror self-talk. I think this is one of the most powerful moments you can do that to motivate you, to calm yourself down, and still to realize that there is no other outcome needed than to get to know this person, to make a choice, and to base this choice on evidence, right? Asking the questions and see what his response is, and then make the decision. And make the decision also based on how do you feel around him. But first of all, you have to be calm, right? So otherwise you cannot even feel when he's giving you something, if this makes sense. And then right? So then you get like fully back, motivated. Good, right? Feminine, you walk back, sit down, and there she is. There she fucking is. She's back in the game. And that's what I highly, 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 highly recommend. Like regulating your nervous system whenever you need it. Have the awareness, okay, I'm spiraling now. My mind is like overflowed, right? You can even mention it from time to time, Gives you also credit for being vulnerable and gives you also credit like, hey, how do I feel right now with you? And if you feel good, tell him. That's something they love too. So yeah, I'm pretty sure your date tonight is gonna be amazing. It's gonna be fucking amazing. And if he's a yes, I see you on the second date.